BD here because the Thunderbolts trailer just dropped during the Super Bowl, and I want to comb through it frame by frame or as close to that as possible to talk about the Easter eggs and some of the details I am particularly excited about and some of the Marvel Comics references that are being brought to life in this live action Thunderbolts movie. So please subscribe to the channel and let's do this. Immediately, nice to start in New York City.
Let's talk facts. The Avengers are not coming.
So the Avengers are not coming. That out of the gate is telling of the status of the Avengers. Now this comes right after Captain America Brave New World, of course, where President Ross is trying to rebuild the Avengers. So that makes me think they are not successfully rebuilding the Avengers by the end of that movie. We got New York City. This is the first time this shot you can actually look and see Avengers Tower in the skyline, whether it was Miss Marvel, whether it was Spider-Man No Way Home, anything that has happened since Spider-Man Homecoming, we have not seen Avengers Tower. I mean, technically, Avengers Tower is gone. Wait, did I circle the wrong thing? Maybe that, no, yeah, that's Avengers Tower over there. It's been gone. It was sold in Spider-Man Homecoming. We learned in a previous trailer from the inside that it was Val who now owns it, but now we can finally see it as a landmark again. And it's under construction, which we'll get to. This is where the Battle of New York happened, right there by Grand Central Station. Very dark out there. This movie is looking very dark in terms of the color palette, and I think that that's because the Void, not like Sentry and the Void, are going to be one person, one character that basically share that Sentry, Bob body. This is the evil version, the dark version of Sentry, just absolutely washing civilians into the sidewalk and making them literally just be shadows in the ground. Whew, cooked. Wow. Val, not going to be a good person. Bucky's back. He doesn't look thrilled about what Val is saying. So that's interesting, but I do think he's probably the first person to be hired by her, because if he's here and this is the beginning of the movie and she's trying to form a team and we've seen him searching for the rest of the Thunderbolts roster in this trailer and in other footage released from it, I think he's the first one she hired successfully to form the team. Let's keep it going. Here we go. What do we got? Bucky is outside there with everybody. This is probably after they meet inside. This is right after, I would say, Bucky captured them when the car flips at the end of this trailer. Sorry, I'm just going through this in chronological order of the trailer instead of editing it all the way through. I like the dynamic between these characters. I think the dynamic is going to have me doing what Red Guardian is doing, quite a bit during this movie. Super cast, okay. She's jumping off that's quite a stunt right there. Tom Cruise would be proud. This is at the base of what it was Avengers Tower, whatever it's going to be called now, TBD. Taskmaster, not in this shot. And this is, I think, after a fight breaks out up there, because now it's dark. So maybe the Void, like Sentry being brought to life as the Void, is what brings that cloud over New York. That's probably early in the film with like this dynamic right here. It's very Suicide Squad, but I like it. I like what they're doing here. I'm curious where this is. I don't have any guesses yet on what this is. I'm sure that's some kind of landmark that I'm just not identifying. And by the time I have this video done, someone in the comment section will have some obvious comics reference that is out of my depth, apparently, to tell me of what it is. Okay, Ghost. This is probably the moment when the Void comes out, and I think he has just thrown Taskmaster out a window or something, or into that wall behind Bucky. If you look here, you can see the wall is just totally destroyed. Something hit that. Somebody hit that, and something's telling me, given that Taskmaster is in this movie but not in any of these trailers really, she's going to be the one who Sentry / the Void makes their their Negan-like debut on. It's at their expense. Taskmaster's here. I'm trying to also make sure that I skip this song enough that I don't get a YouTube strike. So if I talk enough, maybe. I like that Bucky keeps his arm in the dishwasher. That's a lot of fun. These guys are clearly having a good time. This just feels good. It feels like a movie we can all look forward to. It looks like the cast had a good time. The characters are having a good time. Wait a second. What is that? What's this? Okay, so that could be the serum that ends up creating Sentry. When the Sentry serum is used incorrectly, that's when the Void is created. So I would assume this is sort of leftovers of Tony Stark and Bruce Banner's work in Avengers Tower. Val has acquired it or something, and she is using that to presumably try to recreate something like the Vision, maybe. I'm not sure how the MCU is going to justify the existence of Bob's Sentry, but yeah, I think she's got a version of whatever created that in her hand. And if you're not familiar with Sentry, when the experiment to create Sentry, to become Sentry, goes wrong, Robert Reynolds makes himself into the Void, and Sentry is created as like the counter to the evil of the Void. So that you could make a comparison to Moon Knight, for example, like a split personality, one body type thing, except Sentry has like crazy strong superpowers and doesn't just throw moon-shaped boomerangs. Like, Sentry is and the Void are clearly a force to be reckoned with, as you see in this trailer, and we'll see what happens. And yeah, that's Sentry catching Bucky's arm, and then we could see it get ripped off and thrown. So there he is flying. There he is outside the tower. So I think we'll see Sentry in this movie, probably in a fully realized blue and yellow costume, but we're also going to see the Void, the dark version of it, of the character. And I mean, there he's just yeeting, call him Jey Uso, because he yeeted Red Guardian out of the building. How Red Guardian survives that, I don't know. That's quite the fall. I mean, that's a hell of a flight that he's taken. Maybe he just brings him back. Maybe it's just like, I'm not gonna, but I could. But we obviously have a fight ensuing down here at the base of Avengers Tower, which will be reminiscent of the Avengers. You have John Walker reading a news story about himself. This man went mad in The Falcon and the Winter Soldier, which you should probably rewatch for Captain America: Brave New World. But that'll tell you everything you need to know about John Walker, this U.S. agent. He has the super soldier serum in his system. He went a little crazy in that show with the shield and had blood all over it and looked like a villain. Was a villain. This is why I think Taskmaster's done, because when they get to the base of this building, Taskmaster's not in any other shots from this trailer or this movie anywhere that I've seen so far. Could be a mislead, but she's just not there. And I like how U.S. Agent has a new shield that he's using. That's fun. That makes sense. I think the fighting in this is going to be pretty gritty. Still no Taskmaster, just some action. Avengers Tower is under construction. This could be being made into the Watchtower. Shout out to Jim Viscardi for tweeting that out. The Watchtower is Sentry's base in the comics, and it has like a big sort of, it looks like Hela's, like, whatever you call that. What was the top of her head? I forget. I'm sorry, the word is evading me right now, and I'm not doing this on a script. I'm doing this in real time. But in the comics, that's what it looks like. The last time we saw Avengers Tower in the Marvel Cinematic Universe was Spider-Man: Homecoming. That trilogy has since been completed. There have been multiple projects in New York City that have not shown us this part of the New York City skyline. I'm looking at you, Hawkeye, Miss Marvel, Spider-Man movies. There's been so much going on there, and they won't tell us who bought it until we learn from the trailers that Val bought Avengers Tower. No Baxter Building, no Fisk Tower. It's Val starting her Dark Avengers or Thunderbolts or creating Sentry in it or whatever, and possibly becoming the Watchtower. But it's fine. I mean, literally, like, we have survived Robert Downey Jr. leaving the MCU and coming back. We almost got GTA 6 before Avengers Tower came back to the MCU. It's here. I feel like I can finally rest. Okay, let's get back to the trailer breakdown. So it does look like Avengers Tower is clearly under construction, cranes in the sky and stuff. Curious if, we'll see references to Spider-Man or anything like that, or even the Baxter Building or Fisk or anything like that, because this does come out after Daredevil Born Again. This is one of the scenes where Taskmaster is in the stuff, I believe, but then all the rest of it, this is Bucky hunting down the gang. And yeah, I mean, I love these character shots. Like, this is something that if you're watching it on a big screen, if you go see Captain America or you go see any movie between now and Thunderbolts release, Taskmaster, you're not going to be long for this world, between this movie's release date, I just think it's exciting. It looks fun. And it's a great way to get people acclimated with the characters, just in case they didn't watch everything that they've been in. Taskmaster was in Black Widow. A lot of people watched Black Widow, but and so was Red Guardian and Yelena. But I mean, I don't know. I guess John Walker's the only one who might need some heavy lifting in terms of audiences knowing him, because he was only on the Disney Plus show. Ghost has been around since Ant-Man and the Wasp, so I guess that one too. But that was also a time when everybody was really dialed into the MCU, because it was between Infinity War and Endgame. So, but this is just a smart way to do it. I like it. I'm just talking out loud here. This reminds me very much of Iron Man. This is probably the moment that I talked about earlier, that Bucky captures the team, assuming he has been hired by Yelena to do so, or not Yelena, by Val to do so. And I'm not sure what they're doing here. This whole Holden a part of the building up, maybe a helicopter crash. The action looks great. Reminds me of Winter Soldier. I like Bucky stepping in the way to be a hero. I like that we have heroes being heroes. That's good stuff. Those were just civilians that he was saving. And now that, they're clearly like, it's a black screen. Will the screen be that black when the movie comes out? Maybe. But I think it's kind of a metaphor for they're stepping into the void. I don't know if this character will be called the Void in the movie. But yeah, I dig it. And that asterisk remains. The joke about where the Thunderbolts, we can't be called that. No, you probably won't be called that because Thunderbolt Ross seemingly isn't involved in this. But maybe Thunderbolt Ross tasked Val with putting together a new team because he's already interested in putting together a new Avengers team as seen in Captain America Brave New World trailer footage. And this is sort of the new Dark Avengers because it's Ross's task put upon Val after it failed with Sam Wilson or whatever I don't think Sam Wilson is going to fail to put a team together, but whatever we see in Captain America Brave New World might not lead to a new Avengers being formed yet anyway, and maybe Val takes it upon herself. I just like the dynamic between these characters. So yeah, Thunderbolts trailer looking really good. Avengers Tower is back. That's the standout moment for me. I love the tone of this trailer. John Walker has a kid, by the way. Look at this shot at the end here. That's going to be interesting. That's going to add stakes to the film. That's going to get you invested in a character that is not supposed to be a really clearly good guy. I really like what they're doing with this already. I think it's kind of troublesome that, personally, I won't speak for everybody, but I think this will apply to a lot of people. We are more excited in a lot of cases for the two movies after the next movie. Cap is kind of coming at a time where there's Fantastic Four and Thunderbolts both looking awesome. And I'm very excited for Cap 4, but I would be lying if I said I was excited for it as I am for these two movies. And I don't think that's anything really Cap is doing wrong. I think it's more of a testament that what these movies are doing well. But we'll see what happens. I'm very excited for Cap 4. I think it's a really good time for the MCU because Cap 4 hopefully is very good. Fantastic Four had a great teaser. Thunderbolts just drops this look, and it got me really excited. And then, Daredevil's right around the corner. Ironheart. There's just seemingly quite good stuff coming this year, and that is on the heels of Deadpool. That is on the heels of like X-Men 97 and a largely good 2024. So this movie looks awesome. This trailer was fantastic. I hope the movie is as good as this trailer. This is the big May movie for Marvel this year. So I am really, really excited for it. I can't wait to see more of it. I can't wait to see the whole thing and hopefully talk to the cast and have some stuff on the channel here. If you have questions, if you caught Easter eggs, if there's things you want to talk about from the Thunderbolts trailer, drop it in the comments section. We'll address it on Wednesday's episode of Phase Hero. We're going to talk all about Thunderbolts and more on that episode. So please stay tuned for more, interviews, insights, live shows. And I really appreciate you guys subscribing and supporting the channel. I'm BD. I'll see you in the next video.